for dinner tonight. I got something I want to show you. You know, all of us YouTube cookers, when we watch other cooks on their videos, sometimes we see things that we like a lot. And we see other guys like Ken over at Heavy Metal Barbecue and Tom Horsman doing mods and doing all kind of special things to the grills and smokers. Well, there's another guy just doing a little bit of modding that I wanted to show you and tell you about. And his name is Joe. Yeah, Joe. He's over at Joe's BBQ House. And before I go any further, I want all of you who follow me, you need to go and subscribe to Joe's BBQ House. Joe's BBQ House. That's it. He's a great guy, friendly fella, and I got to know him recently. And he's been monkeying around with his Weber Kettle and his Weber Smoky Mountain. And you know I'm a Smoky Mountain guy.
21 slabs of ribs, and I'm talking beefy ribs. That'd be 3 racks of ribs per grate. I want to do a challenge and see if this cooker can actually do it. I know it could. I mean, if I could get temps up over 400 degrees, I mean, I had it up to 410. So I'm very sure by closing the bottom vent down about halfway should allow me to get 275 degrees with no problem and hold it steady. If I could get a bunch of people that want to go on ribs, or especially brisket, I'm going to go ahead and fill this thing up. I could probably do 7 14 to 17 pound beef briskets. Now that would be awesome.
Putting grates in those, he's going to end up with, I think he said 8 levels, 8 grates in that thing. It's going to be about as tall as he is, but it's really cool how much food. You've heard me talk about packing and stacking. I didn't know the meaning of the word in a Weber Smoky Mountain, but Joe does. But what I wanted to show you, I said all that to say this. What I'm going to show you is a little microcosm. If you've watched my videos, you know I like to use these warmer racks. I got 2 different ones that I stack up on the regular top grate. But with this new rig, I'll be using less of those. That'll still be a good thing to have for certain applications, but most of the time I'll be going with this double grate. This is just the top part of what he's doing. But let me show you. Let me move this camera and show you. This is the top of what he's got going on. And this right here is the grate that normally is down on the bottom of a Weber Smoky Mountain. It's the smallest grate of the 2. And in my case, it's the 3, because remember I did that mod to add the middle grate. But it lifts right off. And all it is taking 4 bolts, 5/16 carriage bolts. See the head? And it's got a little shank that fits right up in between. Right up in between. Let me get a little closer. It's got a little shank on the below the head of this carriage boat, which is rounded, and it goes right in between these grate rods. And on top of that, it's simple. Just got a flat washer. Now all this is stainless steel. Got a flat washer and a nut. Just down, not real tight, just snug. It ain't going nowhere. And then he's got nuts and washers up here, and he's got everything fastened permanent, kind of, which can still be removed. I just use wing nuts and turned them upside down, and the grate, top grate, sits right on top of that. And it will sit on top of a regular nut, but this gives it a little shoulder here where I don't have to worry about it with weight on it dropping over, which it probably wouldn't, but I saw them and I got them. Anyway, this just sits on the top just like it normally does. And you put 4 of them in the 4 slot. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where I put them. And all the way around. And if I need more height, I can raise these up. And that's the good thing about it. It's adjustable. And if I use it in the kettle, you need it lowered down. He uses 4-inch bolts, 5/16. bolts by 4-inch. I'm using 5-inch long. Got plenty room, a little more room in this dome lid on the Weber Smoky Mountain than you do on the Kettle. Even though it's a dome lid on the Kettle, it's not as much room, as all of you know that use them. So you can put your meat on this while it's on the table, and bring it out here and just put it on, just like that. Very stable, not going anywhere, and that dome lid just comes down just so nice. That's a pretty cool deal there. I wanted to show that to you. You got a kettle, you can just take the bottom rack and grab it. It's got both racks. Transfer it over here, and it goes right on top of your Weber kettle. And it will go down on there. I may have to. The 5-inch bolts is barely enough room. That's why he used 4-inch. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got it in the 4th one. Anyway, very sturdy. Yeah. Now the 5-inch bolts, it will work. It's barely, barely letting the lid seat with 5 inches, but it is where you hear it. It's on there. So I'm using 5 in case I need to raise it up some over here when I use it on the Weber Smoky Mountain. Now he's got 4-inch, so it doesn't matter. Now 4-inch is good if you're going to do what he's doing. You'll have a little more room and everything will be set. But you know me, I like to monkey around with things, and I might need just a little more room. See how it looks on the Weber kettle. See there? And I'll be using this tonight, cooking on the top and bottom level right in here with those chickens, and then I'll have the slow and sear set up over here with the dripping griddle pan down below the chicken. That ought to work out just fine. So here we go. Oh, look at old Red sitting over there on baby. Cook something tonight. I got a couple of whole chickens that I spatchcocked, and I'm gonna lay them out on these 2 grates. And could probably squeeze both of them on one, but I just wanted to show this to you and actually use it cooking to see how it cooks. All right, I'll be back in a minute with that meat. Stay with me. And I want to monitor the temperature on the top and bottom racks, so I went ahead and put the Inkbird on here. It's got 3 probes. One's for the internal pit and the other 2 are for the meat levels. So I just set it up, so there you see it. One's on the pit and you got 2 on the chickens. Okay, it's trying to grab a hold of the temperature again and build back up. It'll take a few minutes. I opened my bottom vent. I had closed my bottom vent down and it was showing 400 degrees. So we're gonna have to build that back up. It's already back up to 235 and climbing. Okay, when it gets back up to, I don't know, about 350, I'll close the bottom vent down to about 1/4. We'll be back in, I don't know, an hour and check it, see what's going on under there. Stick with me now. An hour and 10 minutes. We've got a 349, 126, and 140 on the meat. So I'm going to open up and spritz at one time. Alright, let's see what's going on in there. The top one's going about 10 degrees, 11 degrees hotter than one on the bottom. Hour and 25 minutes. And I swapped the chickens around, put the top on the bottom, bottom on top, and turn them around. See get a little even heat. And I'm gonna go ahead and sauce this one on the top. I'm gonna leave the bottom one lemon pepper, and I'm gonna put sauce on this top. And this sauce is just a sauce that I mix together. It's actually the combination of 3 different sauces, so it's not something you can buy. Chicken up. We're gonna bring a couple pieces over here. Remember, one of them was left with just the lemon pepper. We'll bring that one here, and then we'll get a piece of the one I put a little bit of barbecue sauce on. All right. All right.
It looks so good.
There's the lemon pepper, and here is the one with barbecue. And the skin, me moving them around, I pulled the skin off the lemon pepper, so I don't know how much of that's gonna went through to the meat. We're getting ready to find out. Well, it's good. It's good grilled chicken. I can't necessarily taste the lemon pepper, but here's the one with the barbecue sauce. I do taste the sauce. So once we get over into that still has some skin on it, like the breast and the wings, you'll taste the lemon pepper. But me moving them around and flipping them over, I destroyed the skin on the dark meat. You know how it is. Well, there's
Potatoes, zucchini, tomato bake.
I'll let her say that.
Yeah.
And butter beans out of Piff's garden.
Yeah.
We have another quart of beans, or pint of beans, whatever it was.
Yep. And some Italian bread toasted.
All right. Well, that's our cook, and I hope you enjoyed it. Go over to Joe's BBQ House and check that channel out, because he's got more big things to come on that 8-level grate system in that Weber smoky kettle, whatever he's called it. But I'm looking forward to seeing that video when he gets. And until next time, this is Phil and Florence.
Janet and Florence.
We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye bye.